Hi guys, Nancy here with Pretty Nancy Designs coming at you live. I was kind of wanted to say that. It's kind of silly. I got some wood ornaments here that I got from Hobby Lobby a couple years ago. They've already printed. I'm going to sand them down and we're going to be using the Pretty Pyro Paint today. So let me sand this down really quick and just show you just a light brushing. And then what I'm going to do is going to wipe it off. I'm going to do this with both of them. All three of them. See, I just did a light sanding on them. Then we're going to start decorating these guys. I'm using my pyro paints today, Pretty Pyro Paint. These are for wood burning. If you want to, if you're into wood burning and you do design and you want to put some color to it, these are your go-to colors. You put them on just like paint and then let it dry for a second. Then use your heat gun on it and you'll get the wood burn color with leaving the paint colors in it. Today I'm going to go with my gold for my gingy. I do have a gold and I have a brown. My brown's a little bit darker than I want right now for this little gingy guy. So I'm just going to use a paintbrush. This is how the product will come to you. It's going to be 1 ounces and it's kind of thick, as you can see. Very easy, just stir it up. You don't even have to really stir it up, guys. The pigment's in there. Pigment is this is full of so much pigment that you really don't even have to mix it up. So I'm just going to do a gold gingy here. Show y'all how this comes on really easily. Now it's kind of got a thick colorant added to it. Some of your colors are going to be a little bit more liquidy than others. It's just really the type of pigment I use to achieve those colors. And you're going to use a heat gun. Actually, I'm just going to color this whole thing and then come back over it, I think. We'll do that. Okay. Now, as you leave this, you can leave it thick. You're going to get the little burn marks, the little charred marks on it if you leave it too thick, okay? If you just want to add like a deep colorant into it, like a smooth finish, then you don't want to have the little, and what I mean like thickness, you'll see where it's kind of thick on there and kind of looks like it's not smooth. Okay, that's going to bubble up whenever you use your heat gun on it. It will bubble up and you'll get a charred look on those spots. If you want that look, just keep it on there. If you don't, you just smooth it out with your paintbrush, and you can even come back and kind of lift some of the pigment, that thick pigment. I can't say that fast, can I? Sorry, guys. I'm just getting over being sick. You'll just come over and blot the really thick pieces off with either, with like a dry paper towel. Okay. So I'm just going to do this whole face right up here, and then I'm going to come back and detail it out with a different color, okay? The longer you leave the heat on your heat gun, on your product, on this product, the darker it's going to get. You'll get the more of the burned look. So it's really just kind of can add like a little shimmer to your project. Some of the colors are matte, but they're still very, like this one's a shimmer. This is just kind of like a matte color, but it still shows the really bright. Okay. So I'm just going to come back and add some more on here. Let it soak into the wood a little. Okay. All right. Use a baby wipe. Wipe off your brush and get all the color out of it if you want. You can like wash it with water, alcohol, 99% alcohol. I'm going to come back with my red. Again, some of the colors are going to be thicker than the others. All it is just the pigment that we use. We use a different type of pigments for some of these guys. I was going to use that same paintbrush, but I actually need a smaller brush for the bow. But those of you guys that do the wood burns, like you know, I could imagine if you put like make a dragon or something. I'm not a wood. I can't. I have to trace my images. I can't just draw. But for those guys that draw really intricate details, this is a good way to add your colorant to your product. You know. See, this is all I did with that one. Now the white. Actually, let's do our candy cane. Okay. Little candies. Now the white product that I have, that I made, it actually burns a little bit more. It looks a little bit more silvery when it's done. So you're probably not going to get a white color with it. It's really close. I'll show you. I mean, let me show you right here. Here's a one I did earlier. You see how white? It actually has like a silver shimmer to it. So it does. You do get some white in there too, guys. Okay. All I'm doing is putting my red in there. Again, I'm just going to use a little baby wipe to wipe it off. Let's go in here with some of the white. You see how it looks there? That one I kind of went outside the lines a little. You can use a really fine detail brush. I don't have one here with me, so I'm actually just going to go over my little the little swirls. I'm not really sure how they're going to show up with this on top of the brown, but I think it'll give you like a little silver tone on top of the gold. So we will just see how it does, okay? Go back over it. Okay. Now I'm going to wipe that off again. I want to go with some, I think I'm going to go with some green around him. See how that works. And actually, I don't even have my green here. I do have a green. Where did I do with the green? I guess we'll use the blue, guys. We'll just use the blue. Can't believe I don't have the green with me. Now I'm going to have to sit here and find my green. Again, I'm using very, very, very little amount. Hope you guys can hear me. I do have a cold right now, so. I don't know if you guys can hear that little high-pitched noise. That's my cat. He's not here in my room, so he's walking around the house. I really don't know if y'all can hear it or not, but it's just kind of funny that he's like, hey, let me in, let me in. I think that was supposed to be a cookie, so maybe I should have did it dark brown. Whoops. Well, that would have been a burnt cookie, right? So we got a blue cookie. All right. Again, I'm just going to wipe it all off with my baby wipe. Here's our little guy here. And we are going to use the heat gun. I'm using a 1,000-watt heat gun. And let's hopefully I don't set off the fire smoke detectors. I have to go a little slow. You can see where I still left some of it here, where it's kind of thicker. It's okay. We're just going to let it dry for a second, and then we will go back over it with the towel. Okay. Getting a little golden. You can see the color there. Let's let that dry for a second. I'm going to take our okay, guys, I'm back. Let me turn this down. I had to leave just for a second. The smoke detector went off. So this is what you're going to do. You can just wipe that off using a dry cloth, okay? And here is your product. You see, nothing comes off on your fingers. It is stuck on there. It's not going to come off, other than the little, when you go above the, when you put too much product on it. When you, if you want the charred look. Let's see, so. Can you come back with the white, some more white? Again, just use a baby wipe to wipe it up. Grab it out of here. Let it dry there for a second. If you want to, you can come here. Give it a few minutes, let it dry. Come back with the heat gun. And there's your white. I don't know if you guys can, let me show you the little detail here. So you do get a little charred if you leave the product on. If you leave it too thick, you can just kind of wipe it off with a dry paper towel. Let's see. There's some of the paper towel on it. And it dries nice and cute. Gives you that little wood burned look in the middle. Again, if I was outside, I would be doing this a lot more, and you'd have more of the charred, the wood. It goes darker into the wood the longer you use the heat gun on it. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how to do that. I'm going to go ahead and paint some more up, and I will just have some little images for you guys. Hope you guys like it. You can see there's a QR code up into the top left-hand corner. Yeah, it'll be the top left. And that's my Etsy shop where this Pretty Pyro Paints will be listed. We do have this in green. So we have this in, let's see. I actually have, I thought I had 8 colors, but we actually have 9 colors. And we're adding more colors as quick as I can run the test on them and get the colors just right where I'm happy with them. I will have more and more colors available. Thank you guys.